And on this retreat, I encountered other people in a way that changed my life and changed what I wanted to do with my life. So hello, my name is Adam Cross. I'm an associate marriage and family therapist in Southern California. I'm also a youth minister. I work for a group called Still Point Family Resources as a therapist. And I see teens, young adults, couples, families for a lot of different reasons. Today I'm talking about why I'm a therapist. So growing up, I really didn't want to be a therapist. I wanted to be a lot of different things. I wanted to work for Disney and design roller coasters and the Disney rides. That was kind of my dream. I was like, okay, I'm gonna be Imagineer. That's it. I used to like playing with Tinker toys and those little logs that you build cabins out of, and I was like, okay, maybe I'm supposed to be an architect in something like that. Going through high school, I had this inclination that I wanted to work with people. I didn't really know why. I also didn't like math, so that was pretty good reason to not go into engineering. But I had this like desire to pursue psychology in some way. Even though at that point in my life I had never taken a psychology class, which is kind of funny. In high school, I went to a Catholic all-boys high school. I went on this retreat called Kairos. Kairos means God's time, right? It's Greek for God's time, and it's when God breaks through our time, right, Chronos, into Kairos, which is God's time, right? So it's this encounter with God. And on this retreat, I encountered other people in a way that changed my life and changed what I wanted to do with my life. In high school, I was surrounded by, I don't know, guy school, I was surrounded by jocks, baseball players, football players. Guys can try to be tough with each other and competitive. But when I went on this Kairos retreat, the first night I was there, I saw these tough, athlete guys just breaking down crying. And I was stunned. What is going on? Where am I? And kind of these guys that in my mind I had judged a little bit as, that guy's kind of an airhead, or, that guy's just a jock. And they were dealing with really heavy stuff. And they were talking about their families and what was going on with them and the things they had experienced, the trauma they had experienced. And it was this raw emotion. And in some weird way, I felt at peace in that. For one thing, I valued the fact that other people were experiencing the same thing I was going through in maybe different ways, but that they were suffering too in some way, and I could connect with them. It was that sense of community and brotherhood. And then the second thing was that it was real, and I really liked being able to walk and talk with somebody about real things. So part of me wanting to be a therapist was influenced by being able to go on a retreat with people and talk about what's actually bugging them. What is actually at the root of their behaviors and what's going on. So Kairos retreat really shaped what I wanted to do. Although after that retreat, I graduated high school and I went to college and I started in a industrial engineering program. Despite all of that, I kind of had this idea in the back of my mind that, and you hear it all the time, psychology won't pay the bills. You can't really do anything with a psychology degree. You can't really do anything with a psychology degree. And I was kind of always told that, and I believed it. So I started off as an industrial engineering major, and I lasted about 2 months. And after those 2 months, I said, you know what? I want to work with people. I don't want to be behind a desk all day. Even though the topics were really interesting me, I kind of knew something was lacking, and I wanted to work with people to be able to help people in some way. So without ever taking a psychology class, I switched to be a psychology major. I started Psychology 101, and I set out upon a path to be a therapist. I loved being able to look at my own past and my own stuff and see how it was affecting me and my behaviors and my expectations of the world and those people around me. And I wanted to be able to walk with people and do that same thing. So I also love being a therapist because I get to walk with people as they better understand themselves, and they make the unconscious conscious. So that means, we have a lot of stuff that's going on under the surface that maybe influences what we do and our expectations and our beliefs, and we might not even be aware of it. Therapy is a place to unpack that, put that all out on the table and be consciously aware of our own stuff, to own that and to look at it. It's not good, it's not bad, but that it's there. Right? And then to be able to work from there to make better decisions, to live happier, healthier, and holier lives. St. John Paul II, he had a quote. He said, "Become who you are." Right? And that might sound kind of funny, but in becoming who we are becoming who God has made us to be. Right? God has a call on our hearts, not for this ideal perfection, right, that we might have for ourselves, but God has a call on our hearts for love, that we are called to love, for love, and in love. And part of why I am a therapist is that I can walk with people so that they can become who they are, right? Who they are meant to be with God. And that's something I love. That's something I really enjoy. Being a therapist is not about having all the right answers. It's not about having all the good advice, but it's being able to be present with somebody, to walk with them as they get to know themselves on a deeper level. That's the foundation of therapy, and that's really why I like being a therapist. And it's why these retreat experiences as a teenager really shaped me and helped me want to help others, to work with others. So being a therapist, it was never my plan, but it was something that I felt called to do, something that I felt fulfillment in, being able to walk with people in this journey, in this way specifically, to help them understand themselves better and others and God. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions at all about me, the faith, therapy, anything like that, please comment below. You can hit subscribe somewhere down here. I'll figure that out someday. And you can always send me an email or give me a call for more information on services. But again, thank you for watching, and God bless.